The time in minutes for 7 students to become proficient at a computer game were measured. The results are shown below: 15, 10, 48, 10, 19, 14, and 16. Find the mean and standard deviation of these times. Okay. So mean is going to be 15 plus 10 plus 48 plus 10 plus 19 plus 14 plus 16 divided by total number of values, which is 7, and enter it in the calculator and you should get 18.857, and then we round it off to 3 significant figures, 18.9. This is the mean time. We may write the units as well, 18.9 minutes. Okay. Then they're asking for the standard deviation. For standard deviation, what you do, you square all these data values. Then we divide it with 7, total number of values. Then we subtract the square of the median, square of the mean, but remember to use unrounded value and try to use as many decimal places as possible. And then don't forget to square root it for standard deviation. So this would give us around 12.2643, which is rounded to 12.3. And this is going to be the standard deviation. Okay. Part 2. State which of the mean, median, or mode you consider would be the most appropriate to use as a measure of central tendency to represent the data in this case. Okay, so mean, median, and mode are all measure of averages, which is formally known as measure of central tendency. So the question is, in this case, which average is the most suitable? Is mean the most suitable average? We've already calculated the mean. Is median the most suitable average? Now, let's quickly discuss what is median. For median, you first arrange the data in ascending order and then point out the central value. Let me just quickly do that for you. Although in this question, they are not asking you to find the median, but I just want to give a quick recap of that. So median would be 10, 10. I mean, the ascending order data would be 10, 10, then 14, then 15, then 16, then 19, and 48. Okay, now what is going to be the central value? This. So this would be the median. So is median the most suitable average? And third option is mode. Mode is the most appealing value, which is 10 in this question. So mode is 10. Now the question is, which one of these average is most suitable according to this data? Okay, so the most suitable average is, in most cases, mean, because mean uses all data values to find the average. However, if there's an outlier in the data, then mean is not preferred. So in this case, there is an outlier in the data. Outlier is an extreme value. So 48 is an extreme value. Because of that, mean is not a suitable average. Otherwise, if there was no outlier, mean is the best average. Okay, so if mean is not suitable, let's look at median and mode. Okay, let's talk about the problem with mode here. Mode is 10 in this case, but 10 is the smallest data value. Mode should not be the smallest data value. So since 10 is the smallest value in the data and mode is saying the average is 10 as well. So that is not appropriate because there's so many other values in the data apart from 10. So if mode is an extreme value in the data, that is, if mode is the smallest data value, or if mode is the greatest data value, then that is also not considered a suitable average. So then we're left with median. So in this case, because there's an outlier in the data, mean is rejected. Because mode is the smallest data value, mode is rejected. So the most suitable average, that is measure of central tendency, is going to be the median. And we have already discussed part 3. For each of the two measures of average, you did not choose in part 2, give a reason. So part for answer for part 3 is there is an outlier in the data, so mean is not suitable. There's an outlier. You can also write extreme value. In this case, the outlier is 48 minutes. There's an outlier in the data, hence mean is not suitable. And since mode is the smallest data value, it is not suitable either. It is not suitable.